Okay, everybody.
I dance every time I listen to an
It's
episode.
catchy
I'm
as
like,
fuck.
It's
Hi,
so
everybody. Welcome to Babylon Bullshit, the
Hi.
Nerdcast. I'm Will,
I'm Lilith.
and we're picking up from our last episode where we covered the first 90% of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And now we're going to dive into the last 2 episodes because holy crap,
There's
lot
a
happens.
lot.
Oh, man.
So much.
So where we left off, Moff Gideon has Grogu. The Razor Crest is gone.
It went slowly.
It went boom. But Din Djarin's been joined by fucking Boba Fett and Fennec Shan, who, oh my god. And we talked about this at length in the last episode, but watching him gaffy stick the bejesus out of a bunch of stormtroopers, pretty fucking great.
That was
But at this point, Boba Fett has promised what he promised Din Djarin was I will guarantee the safety of the child, and then you give me my armor.
Yeah.
Thinking that he would just fight the stormtroopers off on that planet and then get his armor.
Yeah.
Well, the child's been taken. Boba Fett's not wanting to go back on his word. So he's going to help him get the child back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first they have to find Moff Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
And to find Moff Gideon, they need to access an Imperial terminal. And to access an Imperial terminal, they need an Imperial.
Oh no.
Well, they know one.
They do.
It was someone that Din Djarin left in a cell on a Republic prison ship.
I mean,
Which
kind of deserved it.
also during that episode, Matt Lanter is a guest star.
He's so cute.
Anyone who's unfamiliar, he is Anakin's voice in
On Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, and he
It was
gets
so
he gets
good.
shot.
He does. He does get
Which-
shot.
I love the little cameo.
And he loved it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loved every second.
I'm
He's
sure
like,
he
cool,
did.
I'm here for 5 minutes. I don't even care.
Yeah, it's a great part.
Yeah.
So they decide, okay, well, we need Imperial. I locked one up. We need fucking Mayfeld.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
ex-Imperial sniper. Kind of hates the Empire now.
Kind of.
Like, not a fan. Also, played by Bill Burr. So, brilliant casting.
Love Bill Burr.
Because he just plays it so well.
Yep.
So they go with, and as I said in the previous episode, not a fan of the actress, but Cara Dune is a great character.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall, now Republic Marshall Dune.
Yes.
They go get her. She takes them to a prison planet. Baker Mayfield tries to get sassy with a droid. Doesn't really go well. There is a wonderful scene where Boba Fett comes off the Slave One, and Mayfield has his little panic moment. He goes, "Oh God, I thought you were this other guy I used to know."
And then the actual Mando comes out. He's like, "Oh, God damn it. Fuck. This weird motherfucker."
Like, you're the reason I'm fucking here, you asshat.
Maybe you shouldn't have broken the law.
I mean, yeah. Also, never piss off the Mandalorian.
No.
Rules, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
You shouldn't piss off any Mando.
This is a terrible plan. Like,
Yeah.
that's been proven repeatedly. Except when the Empire, bombed all of Mandalore. Then it went well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, get lucky every now and then, I guess. But Mayfeld's not a big fan of this plan.
Sure.
He's understandably, this seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's not really given much of an option.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because in order to get his freedom, he got to do the thing.
Yeah.
So like you'll be freed after we do this thing. He's like, motherfuck.
Fine. I'll fucking do it.
Right.
Urgh. He's not happy about it, but off to this Imperial planet they go where they're mining rhodinium or rhodesium.
I do not remember.
I don't either. What are you watching?
I don't know. Something came up and I was like, what is this? And now there's video playing when there shouldn't. I don't understand what happened. Sorry.
Lil and technology are not the best of friends.
I opened up a text and it was a video and it started playing right away. And I was like, what? No, that's not how this works. I have to push play. Sorry. I don't know what happened.
So they get to this planet and they realize, well, shit, the only way into this facility is to ride in on one of the ore carrying transports. But The Imperials scan everyone on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett will set off the alarms immediately.
What? No.
Yeah. Fennec will also set off the alarms pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Cara Dune is a Republic Marshal. That's not going to go well. The only option left is to take Mayfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Mayfeld doesn't like this idea. Mayfeld is not a fan of this plan at all in any form.
Don't blame him.
Until they get to the point where he realizes, well, shit, Mando's going to have to put on a disguise, which means he's going to have to trade his Mandalorian armor for Imperial armor. And Mayfeld's like, I mean, even if I die, it's worth it to see that. So,
yeah.
I mean, sucks to be you, I guess.
Yep.
Definitely love that Din Djarin was very unhappy wearing Imperial armor, even though it had a full helmet, so it didn't show his face. He was not happy to be wearing Imperial armor.
No.
Very unhappy.
Yeah.
Which, I get it. Imperial armor is basically made of styrofoam. Like, it's fucking useless.
Mm-hmm.
It's decorative at best.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes no sense, because clone armor was pretty solid. Like,
I think they were cutting corners.
yeah, bureaucracy's a bitch. Did give us a very cool, I mean, slow, but cool car chase scene. Because they get in this transport that's like carrying like highly explosive ore. There's even a little like, readout to tell them if it's getting too energetic.
It's getting a little spicy, guys.
Yeah, guys, no, it's spicy ore. Then they get attacked by, I guess, pirates?
I think they were pirates.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but why are they trying to blow everything up? That makes no sense.
I don't know. Because pirates be pirating.
I'm a fan of anyone fucking with the Empire, honestly.
I mean, yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
But in
pirates be pirating.
Yeah. Everyone does their thing. You know what? We shouldn't judge.
I will never yuck someone's yum.
Depending on the yum. There are several that I would.
Well, yeah. But
It's hot. Sorry, coffee.
it is
Wow.
coffee. Coffee is normally very toasty.
Just brewed that. I am very dumb.
Okay.
Cool. Ow. So while they're trying to fight off, so Mayfeld's got to drive. So Din Djarin climbs out of their rover and has to like fight these guys off. There's a couple moments there where he like does stuff that his Mandalorian armor can take, but like gets hurt. He's like, "Ah, fucking god damn it!" It's a really cool sequence.
It is. I like it a lot.
It's such a fun like chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
Made even better by the fact that Bill Burr playing Mayfeld is just like, what the fuck is happening the whole
Can
time?
we please calm the fuck down? The shit's about to explode.
Well,
Coming in hot.
they finally make it to the Imperial base, and I gotta say, it's the one and only time in the history of Star Wars that I was ever glad to see stormtroopers. I did like the various kinds of stormtrooper armor we saw too, because you saw some Force Scout troopers. I mean, you saw the standard white stormtrooper armor, bunch of brown armor that's for forest environments. Like you saw the variations that they kept from the clone army, because we saw that a lot in Clone Wars. Various units having different color armor, different style armor for different.
Yep.
For different,
depending on what they were doing.
Yeah. Now they get inside. Here comes the awkward part. Din Djarin can't show his face.
That is part of his creed.
Unfortunately, everyone else has taken their helmets off.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's still wearing his is starting to become kind of conspicuous.
Yep.
They decide to push past it, and Mayfeld goes to the officer's mess and has a little moment. Sees an officer that he used to serve with. I found his name before. Did I send it to you?
Yes, you did.
So the guy who plays the officer in this, we're getting his name right now, but he always plays those like smarmy, slimy, bad guy kind of characters, and he plays them so well. And this is absolutely no exception. Like you just hate him from the minute he starts talking, which is a testament to the skill of the actor, honestly.
I thought you sent it.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Also pretty sure you did. keep going. Keep talking.
But yeah, Mayfeld knows the guy. It's someone Mayfeld served with, someone Mayfeld very much hates, and someone that could blow the mission for them. So Mayfeld comes out and he's like, all right, well, fuck. That's not good. See, this is bothering me now, and I have to look it up.
The character is Valen Hess, and the officer is Richard Brake.
Richard Brake, thank you.
That is his name, and the character's name is Valen Hess.
This is one of those actors that you really don't ever know the name of, but you see him in everything, and he's always playing that same kind of bad guy and playing it so well. Apparently it's someone that Mayfeld served with, someone that Mayfeld hates, someone that could, catch him, recognize him. So he comes back out of the mess hall and he's like, dude, we can't do this. Like, I'm going to get noticed. That guy is a monster. We can't fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the moments in these 2 episodes where Din Djarin is like, okay, well, the child's more important. Like, the kid's more important than the creed. He just is.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his helmet off.
Mayfeld was so classy with that whole situation because he really was like, oh, shit, okay, I'm going to look away because this is obviously a very private thing. I'm going to look away, and I'm not going to say anything about it. And he didn't.
He even says, he even says so later in the episode. Yeah. I don't remember his exact dialogue, but he's like, no, secret's safe with me. I won't tell a soul.
He's like, won't say anything.
And I got to say, that is one of the things I love about Mayfeld's character so much. Yes, he's kind of a jackass. That's just Bill Burr playing a character.
Right.
But he's not a bad guy.
No, he's not a monster.
Yeah. And even so, he proves that in a few minutes. Mm-hmm. Din Djarin goes in. The computer has to scan his face, which is why he takes his helmet off. Gets the information he needs. And then, smarmy man officer calls them over. They've just, pulled off the impossible, saved this transport, made it through impossible odds. He wants to buy him a drink, congratulate him, and he's really just being a dick. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about shit that Mayfeld went through. Mm-hmm. He doesn't recognize Mayfeld, which, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, usually superior officers like that.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Don't really know all the faces of their troops.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Mayfeld is not having this. This guy's talking about, a battle that they both fought in where a bunch of people that Mayfeld knew died, and he's talking about those people that died like they didn't matter. And Mayfeld's had enough. And Mayfeld fucking shoots him.
It's fair.
And I love that right after that, there's a long, awkward scene where everyone just kind of looks at him.
Yeah. Because scenes like that go one of two ways. They either, pause for a moment, and then shit starts going buck wild, or things are immediately buck wild. And I love that for that, Bill Burr, fucking Mayfeld, he's like, ah, ha, 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 shoot. And I was like, oh my God. And fucking Mando's like, ow! What the fuck? He's like, why? Why? Why?
Everyone else in the room just freezes and stares at him for a longer time than you'd expect.
It's a solid 15 seconds of everyone just going.
And then shit just hits the fan. Now
it's so good.
It's Mayfeld and Din Djarin. They can shoot their way out of there. They climb out on the side of the building because,
it's the closest thing.
Yeah,
closest exit. Excuse me.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Solid 6.
Thank you.
I've heard better.
Oh yeah, no, I've done better.
Definitely better than average though.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
That's the first time we've caught a burp on fucking.
No, it's not.
No?
It's absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
It's really not.
First one like that.
That was a good one.
The rest of them I try to keep.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you hear it, you hear it.
It's gonna come out one end or the other.
Yeah, better from the attic than the basement.
True. Very true. Yeah. we're going on a lot of tangents today. There's a girl who brought her Great Dane to the neighborhood bar that I go to last night, and he's older.
Oh, baby.
And I love Great Danes because when you meet one, you expect this like, regal.
Oh no, they're dumb as fuck.
No, they're such derps, and
they are the biggest derps.
Yeah,
and I love them, especially because they're so awkward.
Yeah,
because their legs are so long, but like it doesn't necessarily. It's not a good proportion to their body.
Nope.
So they're just like horses. Like down. They're like.
They're so derpy,
and they're so derpy, and they don't know their size.
Well, we had Great Danes growing up, and I will say that all dogs, of course, all animals fart, obviously.
Of course they do.
Great Danes rip ass. They could peel paint off the goddamn walls. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And this poor guy's like 13.
Oh, baby.
And he was, first of all, he was adorable. So Great Danes.
Oh, baby.
Great Danes they do this thing where they will walk up to you and they'll put their head between your legs because if they're basically they will stand in such a way that you cannot ignore them.
Yeah.
You physically must pet them.
They're like, hello.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
there's a dog.
Their other trick is to lean against you because they know that if you move, you'll fall down.
Yeah.
And they know their size.
Some of them.
Yeah.
There are quite a few that like hop onto a lap.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's fine. I'm small enough. And you're like, you are fucking 150 pounds. No, you are not.
One of the ones we had when I was a kid, he would very slowly try to climb up onto the couch next to you as though if you moved slow enough, you wouldn't notice. Which is great.
My friend had 2 dogs. One of them passed away last year. He was a 12-year-old Irish Wolfhound mix named Ludo.
Good
and he
Lord.
was the best dog. He was such a derp and such a sweetie. And
Irish Wolfhounds are they're lovely. They're such great dogs, but they're such, like, you look at them and you're like, there are just enough brain cells firing to keep you alive, aren't there?
100%, yeah. He was such a derp and such a doof, and I loved him so much. The first time I went down there to visit, and I met both of them. So she had Ludo, and then Amos is a pitty. And he's the best dog. His name is Amos Eugene, but we call him Moose.
Big bowling ball of a head.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Just he's a potato.
Yeah.
He is 100% a potato. And Ludo, like came over, he's like checking me out. I'm sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I just feel one paw on my thigh. And I'm like, "Sup, babe?" And he was just like, "Other paw." And I'm like, "Are you coming up here?" Climbs on top of me.
Yep.
He was 100 and something pounds, and my friend was just like, "Oh my God, get off of them! What are you doing?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine. If this is how I go, this is how I go."
Yep.
There are worse ways to die than crushed by dog.
If I die in a giant mass of fluff, that's just how I go.
Look, that's
fine with it.
I'd rather that than burnt alive.
Yeah. Well, this poor Great Dane at the bar last night, he eventually laid down.
Because he's old.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
And decided that he had to relieve a little bit of pressure.
Oh no!
The front room of this bar is not small. Is not small at all.
Oh, okay.
Like, the bartender went outside. Her eyes were watering. Like, it was.
Poor dog.
It was. First of all, disgusting, but honestly, fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Like, good God.
Oh.
And like several of us went outside. I was like, okay, dude, I need to breathe. And you could see him like laying there because now it was quieter in the bar, and he just looked satisfied. He's just like, there, that's what I wanted.
Too many people.
Tangent. So they're out the window. They're fighting off the entire Imperial base at this point.
Yep.
Which is what happens. Things seem to be going badly until Marshal Dune and Fennec Shand start providing some fire support.
Mm-hmm.
Good God, Fennec can shoot.
I mean, she's a sniper.
Yep. In comes the Slave One. It's the Slave One, not Slave One. Picks them up. Off they go. Mayfield, however, he has his issues with the Empire. He has his issues with how they're treating the population of this planet. He does not like the strip mining, so he borrows Mando's rifle. takes a very good shot at the storage cells on the truck containing the highly explosive material and levels the damn base.
Beautiful.
Which, yes.
Beautiful.
Mayfeld,
Perfect.
well done, sir. Golf clap.
Well done.
Nice. Well done. And then in a actually really nice moment, they land the slave one. They're all reunited, and Mayfield's like, all right, well, I guess take me back to prison. And Marshall Dune's like, it's a damn shame Mayfeld died while you were in there. That's just,
What a pity.
Yeah. God, that sucks.
Yeah, such a shame. He was a good man.
And Mayfeld's like, wait, what the fuck? Because you can tell at first he's like, oh God, you're gonna kill me. Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And they're like, no, man, hey, as far as we know, that place went up in a fireball. You were inside. I don't know.
That's it.
That's what I'm putting in my report. So off you go, bud.
Yep.
You know what? Mayfeld earned it. He really did.
Yeah, he did.
And you were absolutely right. In that very classy moment, he doesn't tell anyone that Mando took his helmet off. Everyone who saw Mando take his helmet off, except Mayfeld, is now ashes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Mayfeld saw it.
Yep.
And Mayfeld's not going to tell anybody.
Nope. I just love that he averted his eyes too.
Yeah.
Like once it happened, he was like, "Oh, this is something I'm not supposed to see."
Yeah.
So
even though he's ex-Imperial, even though he was basically like a pirate, a smuggler, Mayfeld's not a bad guy.
No.
And for anyone who's like, oh, ex-Imperials are the worst, Han Solo was an ex-Imperial. Yep. So, saying, Mayfeld's the rougher version of Han Solo. Like, kind of. Like,
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. But that whole episode is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's also hilarious because Bill Burr's hilarious.
Yeah, Bill Burr is very funny. I like him a lot. Very good actor.
Also, it dives really deep into how much Din Djarin cares for Grogu.
Yeah.
Like, if he'd stuck to the creed, he wouldn't have taken his helmet off. They would have had to find another way. They may have failed.
Yeah.
No, he's not gonna let that stand between him and getting his kid back.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not. With Mayfeld on his way, then they come up with the plan. They're going to need a little bit of help, so they get Bo-Katan.
And Bo-Katan is more than happy to take down Moff Gideon.
Bo's got some personal shit.
She's like, fucking good.
Let's
go.
She's like, oh, you're Moff. Yeah. I can pencil you in. Sure, Thursday works. Yeah, that's great. She's on board for this shit.
Yeah.
Their plan's actually diabolically simple, and I fucking love it.
Get on ship.
Yeah.
Take baby. Get off ship.
Shoot anyone who gets in your way.
I love that that's basically the plan.
Yeah.
Is, okay, step 1, get on ship. Step 2.
Shoot everyone.
Step 3, grab baby. Step 4.
Shoot anyone we missed.
Step 5, profit. I mean, get off ship.
Yeah. So to get on the ship, they need an Imperial shuttle. Because I think the slave one would, make a few people on Moff Gideon's ship go, huh. Your ship looks like it shouldn't be here.
Right. Exactly.
So they need an Imperial shuttle. So they get an Imperial shuttle. There is a very tense moment when they board the shuttle because they need Dr. Pershing. We met him in season 1. He's a doctor who was doing the test on Grogu, but he's not the Dr. Mengele of the Empire. He actually he doesn't hurt Grogu during these tests.
Yes. In fact, he feels pretty shitty about doing it.
Yeah.
You can tell that he has a lot of guilt.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Because
it's a baby.
Yeah. And he's not a monster.
Right. It's does it have to be a baby?
Yeah. So they get on the ship. The pilot has a gun to Pershing's head. They think Pershing is who these people boarded the ship for. The co-pilot very wisely tries to surrender. He's like, we've lost. You're here. And then the pilot shoots him in the head because I guess joining the Empire, a prereq is just being a colossal douche canoe. Like,
yeah, I mean that sounds right.
Okay, I mean, well, check.
Yeah.
And then the pilot looks at Cara Dune. At this point, I had to stop and pause. She has a tiny little rebel symbol tattooed under her eye.
Yep.
Apparently, survivors of Alderaan get those.
Mm-hmm.
He starts telling her how he was on the first Death Star when it destroyed Alderaan, and how he was glad that he'd wiped out her entire planet. Cara Dune shoots him in the face. Straight over Dr. Pershing's shoulder. The blaster shot actually tears through his ear, and she shoots the pilot in the face.
I mean, he deserved it.
100%. It was one of those like, dude, if you say another word, she's gonna there. Yeah, she did. Okay, yeah. That was, most predictable thing in the world.
I just remembered that happened. But the problem is the first Death Star also exploded.
Yeah.
So was he on one of
transferred off of it?
Fighters?
Transferred off of it, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it's a space navy. Can be transferred to the things.
Well, sure, yeah. I know that military will transfer just at a drop of a hat.
Sure.
But like,
and he mentions like I had a lot of friends on the first Death, or he says I have a lot of friends on the Death Star, and she goes, which one? That's like, yeah.
Hey, both of them exploded. You dumbass.
That's good. That's funny.
You dumb motherfucker.
So now they have Pershing and the shuttle. Pershing's no hero. He's giving them information. Like, yeah, he's not a moron.
Right. Right.
He's the one who tells them about the Dark Troopers. How they have like a power-up sequence, and they're incredibly dangerous, and the best way to get onto the ship is going to be dealing with them first. Like, they need to be taken out of the equation. They are monumentally dangerous. Which, yeah, they're fucking battle droids. Like, yeah, I know we watched Clone Wars, and like every time a battle droid came on screen, somebody killed it like that. But
I love the battle droids.
They're so funny.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
I fucking love that. I love the battle droids. I miss the battle droids. It's so sad.
In the first episode of the Clone Wars, when like the droids are hunting Yoda, and one of the droids calls Asajj Ventress like, "We found him. Where is he? Just sitting right in front of us." She's like, "Oh God, kill him!" They're like, "I don't know." Like,
I just every time like something happens, they're like, "Hey!" I'm like, "Oh my God." They're so dumb.
I love them so much.
Oh, I love the battle droids. I love the battle droids.
Their dialogue is amazing.
They're like my favorite thing.
There's one, I'll post a link to it in the Jedi Survivor game. You come across a battle droid, he's like having this like argument with himself about how he loves the view where he's stationed, and he'll do the best job ever guarding where he's stationed. But then if he does that, he'll get promoted, and someone else will get to see the view, and well, that's not good.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
And then you jump up and kill him, and Cal Kestis goes, "Problem solved," and like moves on. I'll post a link to it, but it's fucking hilarious. Battle droid dialogue is amazing.
I love them. I love the battle droids.
But these Dark Troopers are like the other version, the like Mark II version of battle droid on steroids. They're big, they're heavy, they're armed, they're strong as shit. They have to be dealt with first. Fortunately, they're in a room that opens to space. This is kind of useful. The plan to get on the ship is amazing. Have the Slave One pretend to shoot at the shuttle. They have to emergency dock, which will block the tube where the TIE fighters are launched from. They jump in. A couple TIE fighters get launched. They basically crash the shuttle in the launch tube. And then, of course, Boba Fett takes out those TIE fighters without a problem.
Yeah, and then he fucks off.
Yeah, because his part of the plan is done. He's out.
He's like, got you to where you needed to be, got your baby, I'm going to bounce to Tatooine.
Yeah. Bring me my sniper when you're done. Like, yeah. So he fucks off. They're now blocking the launch tube in an Imperial shuttle, and the Imperial Bay officer's like, "What the fuck? You can't park there." Like,
you can't park there.
Don't you see the sign?
It
says no parking.
Loading and unloading only. He's like, "Okay, cool."
Are you unloading anything? No. No, you're not.
They're like, well, actually, yes, we are loading things. Blaster bolts.
My gun in your face.
And then it turns into the. I mean, so it's going to be Bo-Katan, Marshall Dune, Fennec.
Yep.
They're going to go to the bridge. They're the distraction team. Make as much noise as possible. While Din Djarin sneaks off to the Dark Trooper Bay and gets rid of them. When that episode came out, I was very sure there would be a lot of fedora-wearing incels screaming on Twitter about how women can't fight.
My lady.
Yeah. And oh my God, those women cut through the stormtroopers like they weren't there.
Yeah, they're women in Star Wars. Of course they did.
Yeah. I mean, and anyone, okay, first of all, let's just go ahead and close up now. Rey was not the first strong strong female character in Star Wars.
No, I would like to present to you
Princess Leia.
Leia Organa.
I'd also like to present to you Padme Amidala. I'd also like to present to you every other woman in Star Wars. All of them.
All of them. Literally all of them. What are you actually talking about? You who shall not be named.
Let's meet Ahsoka Tano. Let's meet literally every other female Jedi we see. All of them.
Female in general in Star Wars.
Yeah. So Rey was not the first strong female character. Rey was barely a character. No disrespect to Daisy Ridley in any way.
Fine.
She's a phenomenal performer. Yeah. She did what she could with the role she was given. She was given a shitty role. And not her fault in the slightest.
No one is asking for a Rey movie, so stop.
You know what the worst part is? When it comes out, I'm gonna see it.
I'm not. You go right ahead. I'm not. I'm not giving them my money.
Kind of hate myself. I'm already giving them my money. I have Disney Plus.
Yeah, but I'm not giving them extra money at the box office.
I hate myself for it, but I'm gonna see it. So through the ship they go.
I'm gonna judge you so hard for that. By the way,
you judge me hard no matter what.
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna be even worse.
So what's okay?
I'm gonna make fun of you.
How's that different?
It's not. I'm just letting you know it's probably going to be a little bit worse.
Okay, so our normal interaction. What you just said to me is I'm going to treat you like I normally do.
Like a fucking idiot.
Yes, that's what I said. Why are we arguing about it? We are agreeing with each other.
I don't know. I don't think we're arguing. Are we arguing?
I have no idea.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
So they're fucking like bulldozing their way through the ship, which I kind of love. And as we've said, the actress is a train wreck. The character of Cara Dune is amazing.
Oh yeah,
because I do love that she has the biggest gun, and when it jams, she doesn't get another gun. She starts hitting people with the jammed gun.
I didn't realize that blasters could jam. Because, I know that real guns can jam all the time. But
I would assume that there is a mechanical component that can fail or freeze up or something that would mean that you'd have to, quickly do something to clear it, like a gun with a bullet.
Yeah.
That makes sense. These are mechanical things. So a jam could happen. I'm not going to sit here and, have, a massive nerd out moment of how that could possibly happen.
I don't care that much.
It makes sense that it could.
Right.
It's mechanical. It's a mechanical object. It can fuck up.
Sure.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I love that when it jammed, she was like, "Well, this back end of it seems super heavy. Why don't I just hit him with that?"
I gotta make the best of it.
The gun. They get in an elevator. Gun unjams after she slams it on the ground a few times. Okay. Percussive maintenance does work. Door opens and she just comes out mowing down stormtroopers, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. Then comes the hitch in their plan. The plan was that Fennec, and Cara Dune, and Bo-Katan would make it to the bridge where Moff Gideon would be, and then Bo-Katan would take Moff Gideon, defeat him in combat, and get back the Darksaber. Mm-hmm. Well, they get to the bridge. They checked off the shoot anyone in our way box without a problem. No Moff Gideon.
None. Nowhere to be seen.
That's a problem.
No,
He's
probably fine.
yeah.
It's probably
I'm sure he's just in his room doing a puzzle.
it's probably fine.
Yeah. I mean, really, he's not dangerous at all. Clearly,
No. Moff Gideon's very small.
Giancarlo Esposito is an incredible.
I adore him.
Is a brilliant performer.
Yeah, when he showed up in season 1, I literally shrieked because I was like, I fucking love this guy.
He's
and
such a great. He's
my partner
such a
was
great
like,
performer.
I don't know who that is, and I'm like, Giancarlo Esposito. He is disgustingly talented.
He's amazing.
and he is one of the best parts of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, without
and
a doubt.
He does such a good job of playing the villain who keeps their composure the entire time until they can't.
Yep.
And like, if you haven't watched Breaking Bad, first of all, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Second of all,
You've made the incorrect choice. Watch Breaking
exactly. Second, here's a spoiler: when Gus Fring dies, he gets exploded.
Bad. Yeah.
He walks out of the room of his abuelo's room, I think. I think it's his abuelo. I can't remember.
For the gringos.
Oh, grandfather. Sorry.
So you and I both speak. You speak mostly Portuguese,
yeah.
but enough that you can get by in Spanish. I
yeah.
speak decent Spanish.
Yeah.
Let's not assume that everyone listening is bilingual because we are Americans, and
Well, that's fair, but also, like, if you don't have one Latino in your life, I'm sorry for your loss.
honest to God. Find yourself an abuela. You want some goddamn cooking from that
Yeah,
person.
if you need to find an abuela so that you can get some fucking dope ass empanadas
Oh my God.
and tamales, like
So
the best. Anyway, so he walks out of the room.
tangent. We lived in South Florida until I was 12 in Fort Lauderdale. My parents' best friends, parents' best friends in the world, live down the street with their mother. They are from southern Mexico, and twice a week we would go to their house, and she would start cooking at 9 a.m. ish.
Because everything needs to simmer.
She'd make it all from scratch.
Yeah.
Empanadas completely from scratch. I mean, the shells, the sauce, everything from scratch. And I have never. We moved away from there when I was 12. I can still close my eyes and taste those goddamn empanadas. Like
They're so good. I love empanadas.
I have never in my life found a restaurant that gets close. There have been a couple where I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is in the right direction, but you're still a ways off.
Yeah.
You need to find yourself an abuela, a family that will take you in, because as soon as they do, she'll treat you like one of her own and feed you until you die.
Pretty
and
much.
you will be the happiest person ever.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Do that now.
Yeah. Do it
Also,
right now.
I've met your mother, who basically looks like everyone's abuela. So like, she does.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Does your mom cook?
Yeah, she did when we were growing up. And when she wants to, she's very good at it. But mind you, I'm 38 and haven't lived at home.
Sure,
in
but like
ages. So.
I mean, like, most.
But she can cook. Yeah, she's very good at it. She's very good at it.
God damn it! I love Brazilian food. I never got to take your mom up on that. Sorry.
Anyway, so
Back on topic.
Gus Fring walks out of the room. This is still not really on topic. We're talking about Giancarlo Esposito, so not fully on topic, but still on topic. But he walks out.
Closer than empanadas.
You see one side of his face, and it's completely intact. And I'm like, there's no way he would have survived something
then you see the
exploding
other side of his face.
right there. They've pan the camera around. He fixes his tie. One side of his face is just gone. It's just bone. You literally just see his skull, and then he falls. And I'm like, that was the dopest death scene I've ever seen in my.
I love that he fixes his
Of
tie.
fucking course.
Yeah.
The one dude to die like that would be Gus Fring.
Classiest death scene ever.
Shut the fuck up. It was so fucking beautiful. I haven't seen the show in a really long time. I really need to rewatch it. So that's why, if it
He's
was
an
his
incredible.
I cannot remember if it was his abuelo or somebody else's.
Yeah.
But it was somebody that he was familiar with.
And honestly,
And he was doing Morse code on the little bell.
he plays that same kind of character as Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
He seems on the surface very calm and reasonable and logical, and not. He's obviously a bad guy, but he doesn't seem insane.
Right.
And
And then he goes off.
Yeah, well.
And then you're like, oh, you're insane.
Well, so Mando first has to get to the Dark Troopers. He does.
Mm-hmm.
One of them manages to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I thought he might not win that fight. Like,
that would be very stupid.
He tried everything.
I definitely was on the edge of my seat, but I'm like, that would be stupid if they killed off their lead character.
I didn't think they were gonna kill him. I thought that they were like the other three they were gonna have to save him from this one fucking Dark Trooper.
Sure.
Like, because he tried fucking everything.
Yeah.
He even tried setting it on fire. It just kind of it just kind of like Cylon-eyed at him and just like,
the fuck are you doing?
No.
And he's just like, cool.
Like, son of a bitch. The part that I thought was honestly hilarious. God bless Beskar, because the thing has him up against the wall. It's just punching him in the helmet. It's just driving the helmet further into the wall.
Yeah, which is so funny. That was such a funny part. He's just like, oh, fuck.
Finally, he manages.
I have an inside wall.
Yeah, like, stop it. Ow, face. That's my face. Stop
Fuck you, wall. I don't want to be in you.
Consent is important.
Exactly.
Finally manages to take it out, which is a wonderful demonstration of why you didn't want the rest of them to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then he goes down to the tension level, and now we meet calm, rational, logical Moff Gideon, who is in the cell with Grogu. Mm-hmm. Pro tip: if you work for an organization that has little baby-sized handcuffs,
that is not the organization
you work
want to
for
be
the
a
bad
part
guys.
of. Yeah,
Like,
that is not an organization. Oh my god, I can't talk today.
I can't talk any day. It's fine.
That is not an organization you want to be a part
Yeah.
of.
I will say earlier in the episode, there are two stormtroopers trying to put cuffs on Grogu, and he's just fucking throwing them around.
Oh my god, that was so cute. He's just like,
it's a
oh my
great
God.
scene. It's
I
like-
love it. I'm like, oh, look at him playing with
he's just like
them.
no, and no, and no. Like,
Please don't touch.
but then he's in the little handcuffs. And there's Moff Gideon, who has the Darksaber. He goes on his little evil speech for a moment. But then he says, look, you and I are both reasonable people. You're here for the child.
I got what I wanted from
I
him.
got the blood sample I wanted. Why don't we agree that you take the child and you leave my ship and we part ways? Mando's not after Moff Gideon. He does not care about Moff Gideon.
Yep.
So he's like, all right, I take the kid. We leave your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Clean slate, part ways. Yeah. So he steps forward to get the kid. And Moff Gideon, being the dick he is, attacks him with the Darksaber.
And goes, ha, just kidding.
God bless Beskar.
Yeah.
And then you have to remember that very specifically, he's been carrying around that solid Beskar staff this whole time. Gee, I wonder why. Because he might have to fight someone who has a, ancient Mandalorian Darksaber at some point. Well,
Right.
look at that.
Right.
Pretty good fight. I have one small problem with it. The Beskar spear has one pointed tip, and yet Din Djarin fights with it as though it's a bat. He never tries to poke with it. He just swings it like he's just trying to hit him with a stick.
Yeah. That's his thought process. Because he doesn't do a lot of like hand to hand. It's his blasters.
Sure,
are
but
like his main source of weaponry.
But my first thought would be, poke him with the sharp end. Like,
I mean, yes, but then there wouldn't be this plot point.
yeah, I know. It just, I know. He does win the fight, and it's a very cool fight.
It is a
I
very
just
good
kept
fight.
waiting for him to notice, oh, wait, one of these ends is shaped like a fucking sharp arrow tip. I'll stab him with that.
Did we get into the Darksaber in the last episode?
A little bit. We should probably dive into that a little bit more.
Okay.
So the reason Bo-Katan is so focused on the Darksaber, when the Empire came to power, Bo-Katan was leader of Mandalore. Moff Gideon shows up and says, if you give me the Darksaber, if you relinquish your rule, we won't destroy Mandalore.
Yes.
Bo-Katan agrees, hands over the Darksaber. the Empire bombs the shit out of Mandalore anyway.
Yes.
So this is personal for Bo-Katan on one level, but also the Darksaber is a relic for Mandalore.
Yes.
Anyone who wields it, whoever wields it, rules Mandalore as long as they win it in combat. That's the important thing. It can't be given away. It has to be won. And that's actually why Moff Gideon is not on the bridge. He knows Bo-Katan is on the ship. If he's going to lose the fight, he wants to lose it to Din Djarin to create problems between Din Djarin and Bo-Katan. Din Djarin doesn't know what the Darksaber is. He doesn't know that he can't give it to Bo-Katan. So when he takes Moff Gideon to the bridge later and, tells him, oh, I fought him and I won, and, tries to give Bo-Katan, he even tries to go, okay, I concede, you're the better warrior here, just take it. She can't do it.
Yeah.
The Darksaber can't be given.
No, it needs to be won.
That's going to become a problem down the road.
Except when Sabine gave it to Bo initially.
I think the difference there is they just won a battle. Well, Bo just won a battle.
Yeah.
And led forces in that battle.
Yeah.
So giving it there is different.
Yeah.
In this case, yeah, she fought her way through stormtroopers, but I mean, she didn't lead the forces fighting. She wasn't in charge of the battle strategy. She wasn't the leader of leading the Mandalorians. She just happened to shoot a bunch of stormtroopers who, couldn't hit the side of a barn. And there was really nothing that she'd done on the ship that was be considered gallant enough to be considered a big enough victory for Din Djarin just to give her the saber. The biggest victory on the ship so far had been Din taking out the Dark Trooper and winning against Moff Gideon.
Right.
So this is a problem because Bo wants to lead Mandalore. She wants to restore Mandalore. But to do that, she has to have the Darksaber. And it can't just be given away. Moff Gideon knows that, and he's fucking reveling in it. Yeah. Also, I mean, we did dive some into the Darksaber when we did our Rebels episode. And how Darth Maul got it, and how Obi-Wan killed Darth Maul, which is an amazing sequence.
So
Good God, one of my favorite sequences in all of Star Wars. But Moff Gideon's plan was actually fucking brilliant. Like, now, Bo-Katan has reason to distrust Din Djarin because he has the Darksaber, and she's so focused on it. He's not dead, which, for him is a big win.
Yeah.
And then his Dark Troopers come back. Moff Gideon knows that the Dark Troopers won't kill him.
Right.
They fly back onto the ship because, as was proven in the tragedy, they can fly.
They fly now?
They've always fucking flown, you assholes. They get back onto the ship. They spread out throughout the ship, which, that's a problem because, you have to go through the rest of the ship to get to their shuttle to escape the ship. So they close the blast doors to the bridge. And Moff Gideon's fucking gloating at this point. He's like, I'm a fucking man, this. And the Dark Troopers line up outside, and two of them start fucking punching the door.
It's such a cool sequence because they're just like, choop, choop.
Yeah.
Choop.
It's like the Rock and Sock'em robots. Like, it's, yeah. But they're doing some damage to the door, too. They're gonna get through it. And then you hear the proximity alarm go off, and an X-Wing flies by. And Cara Dune has a great line, oh, good, an X-Wing, we're saved.
One X-Wing.
Which, I get it. At most, it's a single person and an astromech. Like, you're like, oh, goody. That's not useful. I do love, however, that as it's docking, you get a look at the astromech.
I know.
And I'm like,
made me so happy.
I know who that is.
I know who you are.
The astromech gave it away, although on a first watch, I didn't notice it.
No, yeah, I had to watch it again.
I did love they kept, because this is now the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they kept his face covered.
You knew who it was.
Of course.
But
as I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, all right, who, because this is clearly male.
mm-hmm.
Options are Luke Skywalker,
Mm-hmm.
Cal Kestis, who is correctly in canon.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a couple other male Jedi that it could be. I'm not going to dig through all their names right now, but there are several that it could be. Most likely Luke Skywalker. It'd be stupid for them to do anything else, but they kept his face covered to preserve that mystery a little.
Voss?
Yes.
Was he one that was still alive at that point?
I believe so. I
can't remember. I know he was around during the rebellion, but I can't remember if he lasted through the rebellion.
Yeah. But there are several it could be, a few of whom carry green sabers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, that's Luke Skywalker's green saber." If you go back and watch episodes 1 through 3 or Clone Wars, they didn't differentiate greens.
His green was very different, though.
Was it?
Yes, his was definitely like if you look at Ahsoka's first sabers, they're not the same shade of green. One is also a little bit more yellow.
That's true.
For hers, it's like that green yellow
That's
color,
true.
And then her other one is a little bit more true green. Luke's is definitely more of like leaning towards that Kelly green. And yes, there is a difference. Like
I know.
I have those eyeballs that can tell the difference between colors. I don't know.
I do
I'm
theater
weird.
work for a living. At this point, I'm like, like
It's green.
like which Roscoe color palette is this? Like
You're just like, I don't know.
like
But-
yeah. I'm sure I could
well,
dig
it's-
through like all the like lighting, like all the color palettes on like a lighting
Right.
control console and find the right one.
Well, it's
But-
the reason, like every lightsaber, even if they are blue or green, there is a little bit of a distinctive
Luke's
difference.
is blue. It's cerulean.
Like they do have like a slight difference in all of
They do.
them.
Luke's blue saber is
And-
actually a little more white than it's got a lot more white than
Yeah.
blue to it. It's yeah.
Because that was originally Anakin's. And then his new one, the reason that he had
This is your father's lightsaber. He killed all the kids with it. I want you to have
Right.
it.
The reason that when he made his new saber, his synthetic crystal turned out green was because he had gotten so in touch with the Force within
Yeah.
that time that he was able to use all aspects of it, and that's why he was green.
Quick primer for anyone who's confused. Blues tend to go to more combat-oriented Jedi. Greens tend to go more Force-oriented Jedi.
Yes.
Yellows tend to be the balance in the middle. It's
I would say purple is more the balance in the
Yeah.
middle. Because the reason purple exists, not just because Sam
I
Jackson
meant
wanted
balance
it.
between combat and Force, not
But-
balancing the light and dark.
Oh,
But
light and dark,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
purple
then
would be the light and dark balance.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and that's a very broad generalization, but it's a
Yeah.
it's a good way to start thinking about it.
We can go into detail of the
We're
actual
gonna do a whole
sabers
episode on-
eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole episode on that.
But his shade of green was just very distinct. It's kind of like how in Ahsoka with Balin, his is a little bit more orange
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to red. Same thing with
Shin Hattie's is a
with
little
Shin.
closer to red.
yeah, because that's all she knows. But with Balin's, because he had to reconfigure his crystal, it turned out a little bit more orange. My guess, he was probably a blue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's my guess anyway. I could be totally wrong
So
because
blue
he
is-
is very battle and combat.
Blue is the
heavy.
Jedi Guardians, green is the Consulars, yellow
Yes.
was for the brain fart.
The guards.
Thank you. Well, there's another name for it. My brain is not.
Oh, the
is-
temple guard.
there's
Guardian.
there's another
the
name
Temple
for
Guardian.
it. There's another separate name for it, and it's not coming to me, and I will post it over this when I edit,
Okay.
so I sound less stupid.
That's never gonna work.
Yeah. When we were sold on it being Luke was when the saber came out in the gloved hand.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, yeah, done. There it is.
I started crying. I was weeping because I was like, this is the Luke Skywalker we deserved.
And
This was the Luke Skywalker that I wanted.
he crushes his way through those dark troopers.
Literally.
He gets to have his Darth Vader and Rogue One moment.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments is when one of the Dark Troopers like grabs his shoulder and he just turns around and he's just like, slice. I'm like, God, that's cool.
The one I like is when he force pushed the crate to pin one to a wall, and then as he walked past it, cut its head off.
So good. It's so good. And they kept that a secret. Like, so brilliantly. I don't know how they did it because fucking spoilers come out all the time. Things leak all the time. Nothing leaked for this. No one had any idea, not even the cast, because they filmed all of the Luke stuff separately.
Yes.
Because they wanted to keep it quiet from the cast because they didn't want the cast to know. So the original, the storyboarding, fucking Dave Filoni, what a goddamn troll. This motherfucker goes, hey, Voldemort, this is my idea for the end of season 2. The
Voldemort.
Jedi that comes and saves Grogu.
Voldemort.
He who shall not be named. The Jedi that's going to save Grogu is going to be Plo Koon. Plo Koon is Dave Filoni's favorite Jedi.
And famously, we saw him explode.
Famously, we saw him explode. But because Voldemort is dumb and is just constantly proving she knows nothing about Star Wars, she went, okay, that sounds great. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. So...
just further proving that she'd never actually seen
She's
Star
never
Wars.
seen the movies.
Yeah.
And so it just makes me so fucking happy because, like, he trolled everyone. Everyone. He was like, yeah, no, it's going to be Plo Koon. It's Plo Koon. It's Plo Koon. He obviously did a fucking, eject seat and survived. Sure, my guy. Sure. Whatever. And then turns out it's Luke Skywalker, and he's just like, I got you. I'm like, you're a fucking troll.
Other fun fact, the person we saw up until the moment where the doors open is actually an actor named Max Lloyd Jones.
Who looks more like Mark Hamill than Mark Hamill.
Well,
that's what Mark said.
when Luke is talking to everyone, that is Mark Hamill de-aged.
Yes.
That is with him with the de-aged. So that's actually Mark Hamill.
Yes.
But up to that point, all the combat scenes are apparently Max Lloyd Jones.
Yes.
And what I do love is he steps inside, takes the hood off. The de-aging technology is getting better. The eyes were still a little wonky, but it happens. And Din Djarin's first fairly stupid question is, are you a Jedi? And I'm surprised Luke didn't be like, fucking laser sword, dude. Yes.
No.
No, I'm lost. Where's the nearest rest stop? Like, the fuck?
I gotta pee.
Yeah. And Grogu, the whole time Luke's like carving his way through the galaxy's deadliest droid troopers, is looking at the monitor like, ooh, friend, I know him.
Yeah.
Like,
that's my friend.
also, he's like, I knew his dad too. It's bad. That might be bad. And then R2 rolls in, does his little happy beep, his little happy dance. And Luke's like, yeah, he's one of the more emotional moments. Grogu kind of hesitates. And Din Djarin's like, he doesn't want to go with you. And Luke's like, no, he wants your permission.
Yeah.
And then, because he's already proven this,
Grogu, he's like picking up Grogu, and Grogu puts his little hand on the mask. And he's just like, let me see you with my own eyes.
You've been sitting on that joke all day, haven't you?
Yeah. I just thought it was a nice little throwback of like, help me take off the helmet. I want to see you with my own eyes. I want to look upon you with my own eyes.
I'm surprised Bo-Katan didn't be like, hey, Luke, so your dad's best friend fucking my sister. So, just saying.
They boned.
Anyone who says otherwise is an idiot and was wrong.
I mean, Obi-Wan literally told Satine, had you said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order.
And I know that was supposed to be acting for the moment. No, he meant every goddamn word of that shit. And of course Jedi fuck. Of course they do. Qui-Gon smashed the shit out of Skywalker's mom. Everyone knows that. You will never convince, even if George Lucas were to somehow appear in our podcast and tell me, no, that didn't happen, I still wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'd be like, nah, Jedi fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
you
some
simply
of
can't,
them.
you just can't have attachments.
Right.
That means you don't stay the night. Done.
You don't say the night. You sneak out once they're asleep.
Sneak? No, you'd be like, bitch, thanks, and leave.
Bye.
That was fun. Peace. What was your name again? Don't tell me. I'm out.
You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But this is the other moment where, like, Din Djarin's already proven that Grogu is more important than the Creed.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes off his helmet.
Yeah.
Now in full view of Luke, Moff Gideon, Bo-Katan.
Well, Moff Gideon, I think, was knocked out.
We missed this part. Actually, yeah, he tries to kill Grogu. As Luke is coming onto the ship,
Yeah.
he tries to kill Grogu. Din Djarin jumps in the way.
Mm-hmm. And then he tries to shoot himself.
Yeah, Cara
And Cara
Dune's
Dune's like, nope.
yeah, fucking pops him in the face.
Yeah.
But now he's taking off his helmet in front of all his people.
Yep.
Obviously, his relationship with Grogu is more important than his Creed.
Which I love.
So do I. It's a perfect way for the character to react.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you have to go with him. He can teach you, he can train you. This is what you need. This is right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then Grogu like totters over to R2.
Does a little wobble. Because R2's like,
R2's
beep,
like,
beep, boop, beep, beep.
he's also like, okay, look, I've met one of you green little bastards before. If you come anywhere near a stick, I swear to God, I'll fucking kick you.
I think they knew each other somehow.
I think they did too. Well, R2 is like famously the entire franchise's greatest homie ever. He never snitches.
No, he doesn't narc.
Like,
No narcs.
ever. And also, I'm pretty sure that at some point when Luke boarded the ship, he looked at R2 and said, "Stay with the ship." And R2 was like,
Of course he did. Because
And-
he tells R2 all the time.
and every
R2's
time
like,
R2's like, "Bitch, please."
Nah.
Last time I waited at my ship for a Skywalker, he didn't come back. I'm not letting your ass out of my sight.
Yeah,
Like,
no. Sorry.
and then off he goes.
Yep.
First of all, that last episode is fucking epic.
So good.
It's amazing.
Skywalker in a hallway.
The most dangerous thing in the entire universe.
Yeah.
A Skywalker in a hallway.
Yep.
Vader proved it in Rogue One in a brilliant fucking scene.
Mm.
Also, I know I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. At the end of that scene, Vader standing on that walkway over where the Tantive was docked. You're in space. There is no wind, yet his cape is blowing. He's making his cape blow with the Force.
Of course he is.
He is the galaxy's best drama queen.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Don't question that.
And you know, every stormtrooper up there was like, "There's no way." I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Nobody mention it.
Yeah. No, I don't want to die. I'm not saying it.
He's either using the Force or he's farting a lot.
Yeah. If he farted in the Vader suit, like, it's sealed. Like,
Yeah.
it's a sealed suit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That'd be a problem. That Family Guy scene where Peter farts while he's wearing the full diving suit and pukes into the helmet and makes him puke again. Sorry. It is, yeah. I mean, Luke does have his Vader moment. He comes down that hallway just smashing through Dark Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
As you've said repeatedly, and I 100% agree with you, the most dangerous thing in the Star Wars universe is a Skywalker in a hallway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it just is.
It just is.
What I do love is that felt like it could have been the end of the Mandalorian as a series.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have had to do another show to, like, you know, wrap with like the Bo-Katan storylines and the Darksaber storylines, but that felt like a good satisfying ending.
Mm-hmm.
And as an episode, it was brilliantly written.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Jon Favreau wrote that one.
He did. And he did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
An amazing job. I gotta say, one of the things I enjoy, still to this day, this was, what, over a year ago? This was 2 years ago now? A year ago now?
4 years ago.
This is 4 years? My God, time
It was
flies.
It was the end of 2020 that season 2 premiered.
Time fucking flies.
We're coming up on that anniversary.
I know we are.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's been a while. God, I'm old.
4 years.
one of my favorite things to do still now is to watch streamers react to it live when they first saw it, because people flip the fuck out.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Because we finally got the Luke that we deserved.
I would have loved to see Mark Hamill unedited as Luke, though. Just like
I mean, if you watch the behind the scenes.
yeah. No, I would have loved to
can.
see the episode him just like walk in, like do his Joker voice, like, it took forever. For anyone unfamiliar, Mark Hamill voiced the Joker, which
Batman the Animated Series.
which he no longer does anymore.
Nope, because if Kevin's not doing it.
When Kevin Conroy passed away, Mark Hamill said, "That was my Batman. I was his Joker. I'm not doing it anymore."
Yep. Which, respect.
Yeah, I mean everything Mark Hamill does, 100% respect.
Yeah, because he's perfect.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
I think he's perfect.
It was an incredible ending. I mean, that was Din Djarin's mission, and he fulfilled it. Off he goes. That was Next season they're gonna have to deal with some stuff. Grogu getting trained. Din Djarin broke his creed. What's he gonna do with the Darksaber? How's Bo-Katan gonna handle that? Like, I mean, all for our next episode.
Yeah.
Like, which
I do want to say, I want to mention the moment that Luke picks up Grogu, and Grogu just kind of like looks at him and his ears wiggle.
Yeah.
And then Luke reacts.
He smiles.
He like looks at, he's like, oh. So in my headcanon, Grogu basically was like, you look like your dad. That's my headcanon.
Yep.
And I will die on that hill.
I think I'm pretty sure what Luke was thinking in that moment is, man, you weigh a lot less than Yoda.
I'm definitely putting you in a backpack.
Yeah. You weigh.
Run, jump. I can be your backpack while you run. Swing from a hairy vine. I can be your backpack while you climb.
It was an amazing.
If you don't know what that is, please go look up seagulls.
Yeah.
Just seagulls. And you will find a very funny, bad lip reading video.
It's very good.
It's my favorite.
It was a perfect way to end the season. It was just absolutely perfect.
I agree. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. That whole the ending of that episode. I am not one for outward displays of emotion. As soon as it was confirmed to be Luke, I teared up. I absolutely did.
I was weeping the entire time.
Oh, of course you were. But let's be fair, you weep every time Ahsoka comes on screen.
True.
So
That's very true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was also crying through the entirety of that last episode just because I knew that Luke was coming, and I knew that meant Grogu had to say goodbye.
Yep.
And I was broken. I was a fucking wreck. Like, in tears on the couch, like, balled up. I'm like, he had to say bye to his daddy. And I was devastated. I was so sad.
But there is a season 3.
Yes.
In between seasons 2 and 3, however, Book of Boba Fett happened.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yes, we are. And it is a great series. There was that odd little 2-episode Mandalorian diversion in the middle of it.
It was necessary.
It was, but I mean, basically they forgot they were making Book of Boba Fett for 2 episodes, and they made 2 episodes and went, oh, fuck. Ah, damn, wrong show. Like, still 2 great episodes, but
very good episodes.
But we'll get into Book of Boba Fett for next episode, or for next episode.
Yeah,
and
the ending, the after credit scene that leads to Book of Boba Fett. Fennec Shand and Boba Fett walk into Jabba's palace. Bib Fortuna is sitting there,
not for long,
being all fat and sassy, and basically going like, "I'll run this bitch." And Boba Fett's like, "Cool story, bro. Eat some blaster fire."
Yeah, and then shoots him.
And then he takes over, and that's where it starts. And it was great. It was a great little scene. I was very excited about it.
It's a great one-off series, and we will cover it in our next episode.
Yeah, and I also loved that they got the actual Bib Fortuna
Yep.
to play him again. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
This is one thing I think Filoni has done so well. If you can bring back the original actor, he does.
Yeah.
And actually, that was one of the few things in 7, 8, 9 that I really did, that they brought back the actor who played Wedge Antilles for that final scene.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was very cool. He wasn't on screen for very long. It's a tiny little cameo, but still, like, also, I mean, shit, the fucking he's Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Yeah.
That family has done more for Star Wars than any other family, including George Lucas's. Uncle, Ewan McGregor's wife.
Ewan McGregor's daughter.
Yep. There's 4 of them now.
Yep.
By the way, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Ewan McGregor's wife, who is playing Hera in live action Ahsoka, in case anyone didn't know that. And if anyone is wondering, that is one of the reasons I enjoy the show so much. Said one of.
That's fair. I'm not.
She's a great performer. I wasn't being creepy. Stop looking at me like that.
I'm not looking at you in any way.
I can tell people you're looking at me any way I want. Audio medium. But yeah, we're gonna dive into Book of Boba Fett next. It is a great series. It is a
I really like
brilliant series. And I know we split season 2 of Mandalorian into 2 episodes, but I gotta say those last 2 episodes of season 2 needed their own.
Yeah, it's so much happens.
It's so good. I really hope we see more of Baker Mayfield. I said Mayfield again. Feld. It's Mayfeld.
It's Mig Mayfeld.
Damn it! I've been doing it the whole time, haven't I?
Yeah.
I don't care. Baker Mayfield's is a football player.
Sure.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, Mig Mayfield.
Yeah.
Mayfeld.
You did it too. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll just
Fine. Just edit it.
I'm just gonna chalk me being stupid.
Okay, that's fine too, I guess.
I do hope they bring that character back. It's a great character.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good character.
And since Cara Dune can't come back, so
Nope. Bye.
that's what you get. But that's season 2 of The Mandalorian. And next will be Book of Boba Fett. And after that, season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, rewatching season 2 of The Mandalorian for this episode was a fucking treat. I know I can watch it whenever, but
Yeah.
The-
It's so good.
it's so good.
So good.
So real quick, of all the secondary characters in The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
who's your favorite?
Ooh.
Mine is very obvious. Amy Sedaris.
Amy Sedaris was very good.
I mean, without a doubt. Dated a job one once. Very furry.
Very furry. Damn. Grief Karga, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he counts as a main character.
Does he?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. He did become more prevalent in the second season, so that's fair.
The engineers, she appears every now and then.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I'm a fan of Amy Sedaris in any role she's ever done.
Same. Same. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, she was. For me, it's Amy Sedaris being hilarious in the Star Wars universe. I mean, what else do you want?
Right? Yeah. I don't know. Mayfeld is definitely up there.
Mayfeld's pretty great.
Mayfeld's a good one. But I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Matt Lanter is the transport crewman.
Always good. Always good. I am always down for cameos. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Horatio Sands as
the Fishman.
As Fishman, yeah.
Yeah, also good.
Gotta say, that's what made the show so damn great. The
Yeah.
cast, down to the throwaway characters.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Start to
For
finish,
sure.
amazing. So anyone who was a part of making that or in it, production team, writers, whoever, y'all fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Y'all rock.
Also, Dave Filoni, Lil has a lot about Star Wars that they would like to discuss with you. And
David.
a lot of it is going to feel like you're being scolded by a parent. So,
David, we need to speak.
yeah.
David Marie Filoni.
David Marie Harriet Filoni.
I need you to sit down and have a chat with me.
If his middle name actually is Marie or Harriet, I'm going to laugh till I die. But on that note, guys, we very much enjoyed doing these episodes for you. We fucking love The Mandalorian, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah.
And we hope you join us for our Book of Boba Fett episode. It is a phenomenal series. Once we finish Mandalorian, we're going to dive into Kenobi, because that's a heavy one. But it's...
My God.
You okay there? If I give you any more coffee, you're going to have a stroke. How are you yawning?
Because I have a dependency on caffeine, and I just drink it so the headache doesn't happen.
Oh, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to dive...
PTSD Obi-Wan is...
Like we've said before, if anyone in the Star Wars universe deserves to have PTSD, it's fucking Obi-Wan. Like, good God. But we'll dive into that more. Guys, we very much appreciate you joining us today. I've been Will.
I've been Lilith.
And we will see you guys next time.
Follow us on Instagram. Bye.